Reddit Martian back with another tip top video for you. r/AskReddit, NSFW. What would you change about your first time having X? He and I were both 15. And he had internet that his parents didn't monitor. So after we have pretty awkward X, he gets out of me, rips off the condom, and jizzes on my face. It seemed like one swift move, maybe 2 seconds, then boom, goo on my face. I sat there flabbergasted only for a moment before I wiped it off and rubbed that hand down his face. We were both left stunned, staring at each other like, what the duck did you just do? Then we went and washed our faces. Unromantically, I would have changed the whole face jizz thing then, but looking back, it's pretty funny to me now. This is the funniest thing ever. I'm so glad you didn't let him get away with doing that to you without asking you first. The fact that my girlfriend said let's pretend that didn't happen afterwards. Yike. Different place, or different time. Either way, I could have avoided having some poor mom walking in and finding me balls deep in her daughter. I think I've seen this video. I made her feel embarrassed because I said I could feel her heartbeat on my peep. I didn't realize she was orgasming, so she got super embarrassed. Hey, at least you made a girl orgasm your first time. Very few dudes can say that and be honest about it. Probably wouldn't have done while watching The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Just an idea though. Wow, you have to really be not paying attention to get even semi-turned on while watching that. Being able to keep it up. I went limp with nerves. Performance anxiety is a fickle beach. Same for me. We tried it 2 nights before my little guy could find the courage to keep on standing up. The sweetie don't worry about it didn't help either. As the good old saying, 3rd time is the charm. I probably wouldn't have chosen the first night I smoked pot and got blackout drunk to be my first time. Same. I think if I hadn't been as drunk as I was, it probably wouldn't have happened. I remember him saying, well, it's too late now, and it made perfect sense to my drunk brain. Sober me would have slapped him into next week. I said thank you afterwards. I always close with thank you for your cervix. My first blowjob. I tapped her on the shoulder and said pardon me. It's happening as I was about to finish. The person I had X with, I have no shame. I had X with an escort the first time and it was the worst experience ever. Would have preferred someone more interested in me. Not full on X, but the first time I got a handjob she made me wear a condom. It made sense the way she explained it to me because then cum wouldn't go flying everywhere. But it made things kinda awkward with the next girl I was messing around with. I just assumed that's what people did with handjobs, so I pulled out a condom when she was playing with me. She backed off and was like, bro, I'm not ready to have X with you yet. I awkwardly explained that I wasn't trying to suggest that, it's just how I thought handjobs went. She told me it was pretty weird and the whole thing just killed the mood. So I wish the other girl hadn't put that thought in my head. This shirt is funny. Did you get the handy still? My peep being soft. I was quite nervous and said you can give me a blowjob, meaning the other way around, and he said it's called cunnilingus. I was so embarrassed that decided not to explain and didn't stop him. I cringed in enormous amounts for long months remembering that moment. Pulled out because we were young and I got it all over her face because she turned around too fast and I got it in her eye. Subsequently I had to take her to the eye doctor and it was very embarrassing for her and it was a lot. I had this happen to my eye. I literally couldn't see out of it for hours. Burned so bad 10/10 would not do again. Not having it in such a public place. No one was there, mind you. But goddamn someone could have been and that would have either scarred me or become a permanent kink. I had an ex who seemed to want to do shirt in the most public places. I was always super uncomfortable with it but she insisted almost all the time. One time we almost got caught twice in the span of 5 minutes if I didn't say no. Ducking hated her. It'd say getting past 10 seconds would have been pretty cool. pee beforehand. I would have not been a horny manipulative teenage boy who would grow up to be ashamed of the way he treated women at that age. Not having sex with a girl whose boyfriend was in jail. I would love to go back in time and not hum the Final Fantasy victory theme immediately after. That's actually sorta cute. Super dolky, but cute. The location. Cole's dressing room is not an acceptable place to have ex-16-year-old me. Probably the most exciting thing to happen in Cole's ever. Let the guy use warming lube. Felt like a volcano erupted in my anus. We took a shower and used cooling lube after lol. My first time having anal intercourse with a girlfriend, she insisted on using a numbing lube, which in the excitement of my first time penetrating the forbidden hole didn't realize it would numb me too. I was unable to climax, and once I realized it was numb I began thumping it like you would a friend's knuckles during a game of thumps to try to bring it back to life. Once feeling returned I was quite tender. Honestly, I'd like it to have been later. I rushed into it at 15 with a boyfriend who I thought I loved, but was that usual teen infatuation which quickly disappeared. Messed with my head for a while after he dumped me not long after. Hit and quit, I guess. It'd choose a different goat. When will ya duck in Welsh stop ducking your pets? Everyone jokes about 2 pump chumps. I was quite literally a 1 pump chump. I know a guy who lost his virginity in 1 pump. They were both amateurs and spent too long on foreplay and hand stuff that when he stuck it in, he lost it all. Learning how to not overreact to everything that is going on. God, looking back I was a freaking idiot making weird faces and noises because OMG I'm getting laid. I just want to go back, calm down, and step up on my oral game. If I'd waited a month, my first time could have been with my future, now ex. But that's neither here or there. Wife as opposed to some random girl whose name I cannot even remember. It probably would have been better if it weren't in a room full of sleeping people who had passed out after sophomore semi-formal. And, you know, on a bed where we could have had a better idea on how to properly angle ourselves. Not ducked 5 weeks after breaking my femur. I had just started walking unassisted again, and after that I couldn't walk for days. Not having a boot on my foot from kicking a spinning lawnmower bleed. Nothing. It was weird and awkward and quick. With a nice girl I don't know anymore. Just as it should be. Oh man, like everything. Who it was with, when, where, duration, amount of hair. The part when I slid out and just finished between her butt and the bed. Getting caught by my mom. Just everything. I would have negotiated the price downwards a little more. Can I talk about my first kiss instead? Because I was 24 and had never kissed anyone romantically before. I basically rammed our faces together and smashed my teeth into his. We're married now. Not the first time I had sex, but when I took my current boyfriend's virginity. We were having sex, and when we were switching positions we lost the condom. We were looking on the bed and couldn't find it, and I was really confused, and then he goes hold on and reaches into my vagina and pulls the condom out. He didn't do that thing where he puts his hand behind your ear and makes it appear. I would have made him date me first. It was a guy I had just met like 3 months prior, if that. I was a freshman and just wanted to get it over with, so I offered, and of course he accepted. It all ended up working out fine though. We have a house and child together and are getting married, but still, not gonna lie, they had us in the first half. Nothing. She knew what she was doing. We loved each other and it lasted an hour. My nerves kept me from finishing until the last 20 minuets when I finally relaxed. Also had many years of jerking off, so it was difficult to get used to the feeling. Made her come a bunch, which made me feel really good. Still with her years later. Going to get married. If I had to choose something, it would be the amount I worried before the act. Do you know what you are? That's right, you're a champ. Thanks for watching. Like and share if you enjoyed, don't forget the bell. Subscribe for more videos. See you soon, Martians.